stylist, hairstylist, and the glam team of these beautiful ladies behind us for making you all look gorgeous this evening. But in this juncture, friends, we have come to 70. This is my favorite part of the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the question and answer portion. Let's find out how these ladies will be able to deliver their thoughts under pressure. Let's begin.
So candidates, are you ready? May I please have candidate number 1 to come on the front of the stage, please.
This is candidate number 1. Hello. Candidate number 1, please pick a question. I will be reading the question twice. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling confident and I'm feeling proud.
Here is your question. How do beauty pageants help empower women in today's society? Again, how do beauty pageants help empower women in today's society? You can share your thoughts on how participating in pageants can positively impact confidence, leadership, and social awareness amongst women.
Thank you for the question. I believe that beauty pageants help empower women in today's society by showing that beauty is not only what's on the outside, it's what's within. It truly shows the complexity of our nature. I believe that beauty pageants is a platform where women can show their beauty, talents, their strengths, and of course, their intelligence. But what I think that beauty pageants really teach women is how to be competitive. Not necessarily to be competitive with the other candidates, but competitive with oneself. Because beauty pageants teach women to always try to be a better version of themselves. Women truly are gems that shine brighter than even the most brilliant of diamonds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 1. Now let's move on to our beautiful candidate number 2. Very beautiful in her pink ensemble tonight. Please take a question, hand it over to Stephanie.
I will be repeating your question twice. And your question, candidate number 2 is, if you were given the opportunity to speak with our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, what social issue would you bring to his attention and why? Again, if you were given the opportunity to speak with our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, what social issue would you bring to his attention and why?
Thank you so much for your question. If I were to have the opportunity to speak with our renowned Prime Minister Mark Carney, I would speak from my heart about the urgent need for better mental health care support for our youth. As someone who has seen loved ones struggle because of this issue, I know how isolating and difficult it could be. And the youth in today's generation have faced incredible pressures, whether it be because of school, the use of social media, or the uncertainty of the future. And many have suffered silently because of the lack of tools and resources to turn to. That's why I would urge the high authority to take action and invest more in school-based mental health programs and to increase the access to counseling. Because I believe that if we care and support for our youth's mental health, we're not just supporting a group of individuals, but we are strengthening the heart and the future of our generation. Thank you.
Wow, very relevant. Thank you very much, candidate number 2. The judges are British are having a hard time right now. Now let's call in candidate number 3. I was about to say Bini 3, candidate number 3. All right, please pick a question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. If you could start your own non-profit organization, what would its mission be and who would it serve? Again, if you could start your own non-profit organization, what would its mission be and who would it serve?
Thank you for that insightful question. If I were given the opportunity to start my nonprofit organization, I would call it Silayan, meaning to shed light, to empower Filipino immigrant youths and families through cultural pride and mental wellness. It would create safety spaces, mentorship, and culturally sensitive support. My goal is to help our community not just to survive here in Canada, but truly thrive. And I thank you.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 2. And we would be excited to be a part of this non-profit organization. And these ladies are really locked in. Whew. Now let's call in delegate number 4. Hello. Please pick a question.
Candidate number 4, your question is, now that you are living in Canada, how do you plan to preserve and promote your Filipino heritage and culture? Again, the question is, now that you are living in Canada, how do you plan to preserve and promote your Filipino heritage and culture?
Thank you for that wonderful question. Now that I'm living in Canada as a Filipino Canadian, I plan to promote and preserve my culture by living it and sharing it with pride every single day. Culture is not something that we remember once a year on a holiday or when we're eating adobo at the table. It's something that grows and fosters in our heart. And I think that is worth sharing with love to the world. As a Filipino Canadian that was raised her entire life in Canada, a life-changing moment for me in that step in my journey was joining a Filipino folk dance group at the age of 5. Through learning Filipino folk dance, I found the strength and beauty in reconnecting with my roots. And now I use that same confidence and purpose that dances gave me and share it with other children and young dancers every single day. Culture is very important in our lives. It connects us. It builds a strong, supportive community where we can rely on each other and grow together as a society. So, I plan to continue to promote and preserve my culture by continuing to share it with the world, because culture is something to celebrate. Mabuhay!
Thank you, candidate number 4.
Very well said. Thank you for promoting Filipino culture. And the adobo made me hungry right now. Okay, let's move on to delegate or candidate number 5. There you go. Please pick a question. Thank you so much for wearing the colors of the Philippine flag tonight. Yes. Okay. Here is your question. In your opinion, what is the most important issue facing young Filipino Canadians today, and how would you address it? Again, in your opinion, what is the most important issue facing young Filipino Canadians today, and how would you address it?
Good evening, and thank you for that question. Well, aside from racism or language barrier, I believe that one of the most important issues facing Filipino Canadians nowadays is the identity crisis. It's the challenge of finding where you belong, especially that we're here in Canada with multiple cultures surrounding us. This tug of war is a challenge that could leave many confusing and looking for a place where they want to be. And I would like to address this by encouraging young Filipino Canadians to join mentorship led by Filipino Canadians and speaking about their experience so that others can relate as well. And I just want to say to all the young Filipino Canadians who are feeling lost to stop being torn and embrace this special identity that makes us unique. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for candidate number 5. Well, to all the young Filipino Canadians, always remember that you have a very strong identity in this world. And now, let's call in delegate number 6. Please pick a question. Lovely gown color tonight, vibrant, happy.
All right, candidate number 6, your question is, describe a moment in your life that made you stronger. How did it shape the person that you are today? Again, your question is, describe a moment in your life that has made you stronger. How did it shape the person that you are today?
Thank you so much for your question. You know, this is a very short but very impactful message because a moment in my life where I felt shaped me the most would definitely be my grade 11 year of high school. You know, they say the grade 11 year is always the hardest, but for me, that meant suffering from the most severe anxiety attacks of my life. This was mainly stemming from academics, and you know, I feel like the biggest problem that I had during that time would be something like failing a physics exam or failing a bio presentation, and it was never really a big deal at the end of the day. But to me, those days leading up to those exams meant that I was on a ticking time bomb and felt like every day was a day of impending doom coming closer and closer. You know, those are very, very naive thoughts, but those are something that me and many of my peers faced at the time. And I just wanted to say that, you know, if you are struggling or if you feel like this is something that connects with you, that there is help and you are loved, you are seen, and there is a healthier and happier version waiting for you if you just find that help. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 6.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And now let's call in our last delegate for this year. We have...
Yes.
Oh, that's the last, sorry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a resounding applause for all our delegates tonight. They all stood tall, very confident, and was able to deliver. Sorry, I was hosting since 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Our judges are